What's up and what's happening, TPE Book Club? We are back with another episode of our book study, and today we'll be completing, yes, that's right, finally completing Craig Groeschel's Think Ahead. This has been a fantastic read. If you guys have been following along with us on this content, Javon and I have been breaking down this book for the last several weeks, and there's a lot of things that we gained in terms of how should we approach being a leader in our organizations. And so I'm going to really quickly read off the 7 predeterminations. Remember, these are 7 things that we should predetermine each and every day that we're going to instill in ourselves and that we're going to project to the other people that are around us. Okay, so number 1, I will be ready. Number 2, I will be devoted. Number 3, I will be faithful. Number 4, I will be an influencer. Number 5, I will be generous. Number 6, I will be consistent. And then number 7, which is the one that we're going to close us out with today, is I will be a finisher. And so before I jump into this content for today, I want to make sure that you are invited to TPE's Lead Better. This month, we're going to be hosting Chick-fil-A operator Eric Cinco, and he's going to discuss his journey from being a restaurant leader to becoming a restaurant owner operator. So we're really excited about sharing his story on our platform. He'll be in the Lead Better. That's going to be happening July 28th from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Head over to www.tpenow.com and get registered for that event. All right. So we got that out of the way. Today we're going to be talking about I will be a finisher. And if I was to be transparent, if I was to be just kind of vulnerable a little bit, this is probably one of the predeterminations that I probably struggle with the most. My colleagues would say I'm never short on ideas. I'm never short on innovation, but the completion and execution and seeing those things through is something that I've always struggled with. I've been fortunate enough in the last few years to have people around me who can pick up who can take the baton from me and be able to run the ball forward and getting things done. But me as an individual, I can come up with the idea, I can get it done, 75% done, 80% done, and then just never really got to the finish line on a lot of things that I wanted to accomplish. I'm hoping to finish a book this year, a book or 2 this year. I'm hoping to be more consistent in finishing a podcast every week. And so there's just things that I know in my personal life, my professional life, there's goals I want to do that this applies to. And this really helped me in terms of reminding me of the things that I needed to do, and it also giving me some different strategy to think about how I go about finishing things. And so there's 3 components that I want to kind of canvas as it relates to the I am a finisher predetermination and predecision. And number 1 is a commitment to persevere. A commitment to persevere. We have to pre-decide that we're never going to quit, and we got to make sure that we're going to persevere through tough times and circumstances. I think the thing is, it's easy to make excuses when certain things come up. We have certain things that may derail us from achieving the things that we want to achieve. And sometimes we miss deadlines on these projects or these ideas that we have, and that's okay. We've got to just adjust and recalibrate. I think the thing is, once we get in the mindset of, hey, that deadline, now depending on what it is, right? If it's a work deadline and it's nothing innovative or nothing that you want to try to get done that's outside of the box, making sure that you hold yourself accountable to getting to making those expectations work. But when it comes down to just some of the other things, particularly like I said for myself, the things that I do outside of my 9-to-5 job, or and the things that I just want to kind of get done, I gotta stop beating myself up, because I think the thing is, for me, again, this is just personally, when I start to beat myself up over not meeting a deadline or not getting certain things done at a certain point in time, I think that fuels me to say, you know what, I'm just not gonna do it at all. We got to get out of that mindset and make the adjustments where we need to and where we can, in order to be able to get to the next level and where we want to be. And in terms of being, finishing the things that we've got started and we want to accomplish. All right, the next component is going to be grit over talent, man. Grit over talent. And this is something that I've been seeing in content here recently. There's this idea that people who are talented usually waste the talent because they're so good at what they do. They don't push themselves to be consistent. They don't push themselves to get the things done that they can get done, and they don't push themselves to continue to get better. It's you got to have some level of grit. You have to have some level of work ethic that says, you know what, I'm going to continue just to move forward each and every day. I'm going to continue to take steps forwards, take steps towards, no matter how small or how big, the things that I want to get accomplished. And having grit doesn't necessarily involve being talented. You know, I've heard people such as Tom Brady, Will Smith. There's so many different people that have attained success at a very high level. They'll tell you, I may have not been the most talented person in the room. Tom Brady was drafted late in the draft. You know, he's considered one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. It's all about how much are you willing to work? I literally just seen a piece of content today that he said that, hey, in the off season, it's about the discipline to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning when you know your friends are sleeping in eating pancakes, but you're pushing yourself to be the best that you can be. Grit can close the gap between you and the person who you think is more talented than you. If grit, consistency, and discipline always will beat out talent. Talent is going to look good at first. You know, it's like the story of the tortoise and the hare. The talent of the hare was they bolted off of the finish line, but the consistency of the tortoise enabled him to win the race. The tortoise was disciplined and taking one step at a time, whereas the hare thought that his talent was way better, and he just could go to sleep and then wake up and then finish the race and beat the tortoise. But the tortoise just grinded it out one step at a time. And it's the same thing for us when we're talking about grit over talent. And then the last but certainly not least, we want to make sure that we have faith in ourselves and we're focused on the goal. I think when you have a clearly defined goal, and you know, we talk a lot about this on TPE in terms of clear expectations, clear goals and objectives for the people that you are serving in terms of leadership, but you got to have clear goals and expectations for yourself as well as it relates to the things you want to get accomplished. Are you clear on what it is that you want to do? Are you clear on the deliverables that you want to deliver? Are you specific enough in the things that you want to get done? I think sometimes, again, for me personally, I'll have the big idea, but I'm not necessarily clear on what I want to achieve, what direction I want to go in, what I want to get done. And so are you clear on what it is that you want to make happen, and do you have the confidence in yourself, or do you have the faith in yourself to make sure you get those things done? And so those are the three things, man. Really quickly, just in I am a finisher, the last component of this book. I'm going to go through those three really quickly again. You got to commit to persevere. You have to have grit over talent, and then you got to have faith and focus. And so thank you guys so much for tuning in. I can't wait to jump into the next book with you all. We'll talk about what the next book is really, really soon. I've really enjoyed this book. Craig Groeschel rarely misses. He don't miss when it comes down to leadership content. And we've been enjoying content from Craig Groeschel for a very long time, and very thankful of the job that he does with his podcast, with the blurbs of content that we see on Facebook, Instagram, and just, you know, the things that he's contributed to the space has been amazing. If you don't know who Craig Groeschel, I would encourage you to go and connect with him via Instagram, via Facebook, via YouTube, and start watching. He has years worth of podcast content that we can all enjoy. He has several books on leadership and faith, and so definitely love the ministry that Craig Groeschel has going on over there. Okay, TPE Book family, again, don't forget to sign up for Lead Better. We're excited about having Eric Cinco, the Chick-fil-A operator, come in and tell his story. Go over to www.tpenow.com to get registered for that. And until next time, TPE Book Club, peace.